Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Really excited. We've got another client success interview. And today we're chatting with Maggie and really talking about her transformation, which it was a joy to work with her and see the evolution in her health and everything that happened. So really happy to jump into the call today. So Maggie, welcome.
Thank you.
So Maggie, take it from the top. Let us know who you are, where you live. I remember always saying how sunny it was when you jump on the calls, on the weekly Q&As. But yeah, keen to hear about yourself, what you do, where you live, and we'll start from there.
Yeah, I'm Maggie. I'm a wife. I'm a mom to two small children. I live in Alaska, so it's not sunny now. Things have changed. I'm mostly at home with my children. In the summer, I run our business.
So before you joined the program, what was going on with you? What were the challenges that you were dealing with day to day? Obviously, you went on a journey to realize maybe detox is what I need to do. But before all that, what was the symptoms? What was happening with you to make you think, right, I need to fix this?
Yeah, I didn't have any major health concerns, but the big thing for me was that afternoon crash. Like just low energy. I'd buzz around in the morning, and then just the afternoon, it was all I could do to get off the couch to go pick up kids from school. And then that was the crash. Also, I had really bad acne. Even during my teenage years, I didn't deal with anything like that. And I had digestive, just bloating and gas. Pretty much, as long as I can remember, in the evening, it would just be clothes would fit different in the evening versus how they would fit in the morning, just from bloating and all that, just uncomfortable. So I think those were the big things. Sore throats too. Every morning I would wake up with sore throats, which I had actually forgot about that because I don't have that anymore. But I remember that this morning. So just little things, really, just kind of all over the board.
And that's the thing. These little things, a lot of people deal with them, and a lot of people just accept, oh, that's just life. And I love what you said. It wasn't like I have to fix this. It was just like, I'm doing good, but I can, there's things I want to work on. And, that's what I like, because people just kind of, in that type of scenario, they think, well, I can just, find little ways to ignore it, etc. So it's great that you were at the point where you knew, okay, these things are slowing me down. I mean, it's not like absolutely I can't get out of bed, but it's, if they weren't there, it would be a completely different scenario, right? And I always think it's sometimes we're looking for like this big like crescendo, like, oh my God, I feel amazing. But I say, no, sometimes it's just removing. If you just remove all the bad stuff, it naturally brings up your watermark to a higher level, right? So it's good that you had that awareness from the get-go. Obviously, you were looking to cleanse. There's a lot of options out there, right? So what was it specifically about this program? Maybe about me, how I came across, I don't know. But what was it about detox in particular that made you think that's the solution? Because there is so much out there, right? And it's confusing, right? For people to be like, don't need high dose magnesium, or is it quantum healing? Like, there's a lot going on. So what was it about detox in this program in particular?
Well, detox was not on my radar, but I saw you speak at the Weston Price conference just about a year ago in Florida. And you just said things that I'd never heard before, because I've been in, kind of that health space for a long time, very much lived that lifestyle, nourishing foods. My home's pretty clean. My body products, all that's pretty clean. So detox was not on my mind. And I think people in that space don't talk about detox very much. So when I had heard about detox, it's like, oh, saunas are great. And yeah, we all know that. Or you would hear about, a juice cleanse or something like that, which didn't align with my kind of values around food. So I just thought, well, if I'm not going to do that, so detox was not on my radar, but the things you talked about just blew me away. So I wrote everything down, and I went home and I tried one of the protocols you mentioned, and I had great results. And I thought, okay, that's it. I'm better now. And immediately, it didn't fix anything. That one protocol didn't fix anything. So I thought, oh, okay, I can't do just one thing one time and have it change my health. So that's when I decided to book a call with you and get the process going, because you were the first person who really dove into detox, and your program seemed all encompassing. It was, the way that you have it laid out, it just made so much sense to me, starting in the gut and working through. It just seemed to fit with what I already thought, but it was new concepts that I hadn't heard. So that's what really sold it for me.
I love that because, well, firstly, that was at the Western A Price conference. That was such a good weekend. You know, it was in Florida. That reminded me of when I was a kid. I used to go to Florida a lot. And what's really interesting, because I remember turning up thinking, I hope people turn up to my talk, because I didn't know. And it was on the Friday. It was at 11 in the morning. So the conference just started and it was packed. The whole room was packed. And I was like, wow, okay. So there's clearly some appetite for this knowledge. So it was a great talk. And I loved that you just took notes, you took action. And that's such an important point. Like, getting sick is a process. Healing is a process. And I love that was a realization for you. Like, okay, I've done this cleanse. And I think you said you felt good in the moment, but then things went back to normal and you realized it wasn't just a one and done way of approaching. That's amazing. What was it within the program that you really resonated with and you really moved the needle for you? Because as you said, there are many steps. It's a process. What were the highlights for you?
I would say a few little things and then a big thing. Just the little things like the red light blockers or the blue light blockers at night, and the not being on your phone in the evening. Those are things I knew I should be doing, but I didn't have any sort of commitment or accountability. So I just, I'm sure they'd help me, but so just having little things like that laid out in the program, like just the daily detox essentials and just things to get you back on track. Those were huge for me because I might not have done them on my own, even though I probably knew they were good. It was just having the community and the accountability. So those were huge. But as far as a big thing, the parasite cleansing, that is what, wow, I felt so much better after that. And, sugar cravings went away, bloating, all that went away. It's a process, right? So it all got us there. But that was when I finished that, I couldn't wait to do another one down the road, that was huge for me.
Yeah. And I remember you going through it because I think it was 40 days. It was a slog, right? And you were jumping on the Q&As and the weekly Q&As and you were like, I'm doing it and I'm nearly there. And, it takes a lot to stay that focused for that long because because we've got family, we've got things going on. So it's great that you got through and then you saw the upside after you did it.
And that's not something I would have ever tried on my own either. I think another thing that sold me with your program is just kind of how you talk about on your show and on your podcast, just how you can kind of do all these things and people try all these things, but your program puts them all together in a way that makes sense. Because I had tried a few of these things, it was like just kind of shots in the dark, trying different supplements, trying different whatever. And I never would have put it all together in one package, yeah. So that was huge for me.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? We get in our own way. Because when we're trying something new, we're very emotionally connected to our experience. And we're like, I tried this for a week, nothing's happening. So then we stop this thing and we start that thing, and listen, I'm no different. I'm exactly the same. I do this in my business. I'm like, this strategy doesn't work. This, and hence why I have mentorship in business, because we just need people who've been in the game, who know what they're talking about. So I absolutely agree. It's just having that roadmap and then sticking to it, right? And then the results come. How powerful was the community element for you?
Surprisingly powerful. I'm more of I got it on my own. I can handle it by myself person. So it was so valuable. Just also because, I don't know, people would ask questions and maybe I didn't have that question, but then it would come up later for me. And I would say, oh, right, I remember they talked about this. I wrote it down. I'm there now. And just to know that what I was feeling, everyone else was feeling too. And then just to, kind of also seeing people struggle and saying, it's going to be fine. It seems overwhelming at first. You'll be okay. Just keep going, So that part was really great. And I think also just, I think that helped keep me well, accountable, but also committed, right? Because we were all in it together.
Like I say to people, just turn up, even if you have no questions, because someone will ask a question, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's I never thought about it like that. So there's loads of lessons just to be there. And also just, again, I think in this world, as we move into this AI kind of world, what is the most important thing is community. Because even though, you'd get to know these people week on week because you'd see them and you see them in the chat. And, that is a lovely thing, because I always remember from my journey, it was just like I was on my own, and I could occasionally speak to my girlfriend, now wife, about it, but there's only so much bandwidth. Whereas when you're in a community, everyone can express, it's an outlet. That's what I was trying to create. So yes, we come together, but also it's, as you said, you resonate because everyone's in the same boat, having the same feelings when they first join. Oh my goodness, there's so much information. And you can see the unraveling of an individual as they go through and they get more comfortable with it. So it's great that you've seen that in terms of how powerful community is, because people don't really not always see that initially when we talk about community, but I think it's the most powerful thing, going through any experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what results did you experience going through the program? You said you had an amazing experience with the parasite cleansing, adding in these daily detox disciplines. What were the results for you, the other side of the program, in terms of your health and how you feel?
Well, I mean, right away, my face cleared up. My acne went away. I mean, I don't think I was even through the gut portion. I don't think I had even got to the liver section before my face cleared up, which was amazing. The bloating and all that at night, that went away after the parasite cleansing. That was gone. So now I have, before if we were out to dinner or at someone's home for dinner, or, I'd be like, oh, great, I'm going to eat and then I'm going to be bloated and uncomfortable. And that's gone away, which is amazing, because I have struggled with that as long as I can remember. And then that afternoon energy slump is gone, which is so amazing, because I have 2 kids. I can't, I'm needed. I don't have the time to be just resting, so the energy is back. I feel great. My skin's better. Digestion's great. But also I feel like I'm in control of my health now. So, if something does come up, or I know what to do. I have control. I'm not looking for, oh no, what am I going to do? Am I doing something wrong? Should I be doing something different? Is it, I just feel in control now, which is amazing, because for the rest of my family too, I feel able to help my children and my husband now, as well as I, hopefully can start to build some of these things into their lives as well.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a really cool toolkit now, right? So you've gone through a process, you've been given a roadmap, you've learned the skills, and that's the gift, because now you have these skills, and then the real gift is you'll teach these to your children, and your children won't have to experience these things, because mum knows how to fix it, and actually not even fix it, prevent it, because there's things that we can always be proactively doing. So that's the gift, this information. And what the lovely thing is, it can all be done at home. You don't have to go to like some crazy clinic in Switzerland or somewhere. It's all in the comfort of your own home. Remedies that have been around for a long time that just been forgotten, right? That's the power in it.
That's what I loved about you specifically also, was just, like I said, it fit into what we already do with, the bone broth and all it just fits so great into our lifestyle already.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm a GAPS Western A Price protege, because that's on my journey. I was very lucky to work with a couple of GAPS practitioners, a couple of Western A Price individuals, and it was a piece of the puzzle for me, because I had to do some gut healing. As I was trying to figure it all out, I was like, okay, if I do this, but I've got to fix that. It was like putting pieces of a puzzle together. So it was great that, you came from that community of Western A Price, because you had so much already kind of in place, right? Which I feel would have made your journey so much quicker, because you those principles are down, versus someone who doesn't know how to eat at all, and they've got to learn, because I kind of teach kind of the GAPS Western A Price principles in the course. So again, you were perfect for, jumping straight into the detox, because you had all of those principles in place.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then also on the flip side, your detox principles enhance like the GAPS experience, because that's something that I had tried years ago as well. And it was great, but I didn't ever get, to where I needed to be. And I think it's because it didn't have that detox worked into it, and for me, that alone wasn't going to work for me.
And it's a lot of work, like, the whole GAPS thing. I know, I lived it as well. And I think it's a great diet, but I think from my journey and what I teach is it's an element, it's a pillar. So for example, we talk about the blue light blocking glasses, how much of a game changer that was for you. There's no one thing within the detox kind of, there's many things, loads of different protocols, but it all comes together in one coherent kind of approach, right? And yeah, diets are part of that. Certain cleansers are a part of that. Blue blockers and all that sort of stuff. And again, getting out into natural light. And every time you jump on the Q&A, you were just outdoors. I think you're on your porch. It was super bright. So you did everything that we asked you to do, which is great.
And I'm still doing it too.
Oh, amazing. Yes. So looking back, where do you think you'd be today if you hadn't joined the program? If you'd been like, I saw this British guy, he came over, he had a good chat, good conversation, good talk, but just going to go, just keep doing what I'm doing. Where would life be now if you'd not joined?
I think I'd be right where I was, except I'd be trying I think I'd be doing just more shots in the dark, trying, more. Cause I think you got me on the detox. That was on my radar now, right? So I'd probably be falling for every little Instagram ad. Take this and it'll, all these detox things. I would probably just be down that hole more, but without any real guideline. So I think I'd be stuck, but maybe stuck more in the right place, but still just stuck.
Yeah, and listen, those Instagram ads, they're
powerful.
They're powerful. They get you clicking. They do get you clicking.
Yep.
So if someone's watching this video right now and they're on the fence, they're not too sure whether to book a call or not with our team, what would you say?
Well, I'd say if you're ready to take your health into your own hands, like really ready to say, I can do something about this. I'm not going to rely on a doctor or even on you, because the work's on us. When we sign up for the program, you're there every step of the way, but you have to be committed to it. So if you are ready, then I would say trust Adam to lead you through that, because his program's great. The amount of information that you give is amazing. When I first signed up and I got access to the program and saw all the information, I was blown away, because I had heard you talk, but then, I was a little bit nervous about signing up for, someone I'd heard talk once and seen on Instagram. So I was a little bit nervous, but as soon as I got access to all that, it was like, wow, okay, this was definitely worth it. So I would just say, if you're ready to commit and put the work in, you're going to see results, and then you're taking back your health. So I would say go for it.
I love that. And I love what you're saying. It is about doing the work. And yeah, the support system's absolutely there. The community, myself, the content, the roadmap. But yeah, you have to be like, I'm all in. This is, I'm doing this. That's where the growth happens on so many levels, because you learn new stuff and, you start to see results. And it was lovely, on the Q&As, people would come up with their updates of what's changing and with their health. So it's definitely an experience, right? But you got to be mentally like, I'm in. There's no dabbling. Maggie, this has been great. And thank you everyone else for tuning in and hearing Maggie's story and her transformation. So if you're watching this right now and you're interested in working on yourself, learning how to detoxify your body and really taking the next step with your health, feel free to book a call. The link is in the description below. On the call, we're going to discuss what is your health goal, what's holding you back, what's been going on with your health, and number 3, how we can fix that. So book a call now before the calendar gets filled up. And thanks again, and we'll talk soon. And thank you to Maggie.
Thank you.